Hi, friends. Today we're going to learn about contractions. A contraction is when you put two words together to make one. For instance, the two words I am becomes I'm. Let's watch this short video to get us started. Nice. So that now that we have that introductory lesson, I want us to think back to our reader Gran's trip. And many times throughout the stories, it talks about this is Gran's and this is Gran's and this is Gran's. And the way they wrote it looked like this. They had Gran with an apostrophe S. And some of you might already know this, but that means that whatever they were talking to belongs to Gran. So it is Gran's property. There we go. So if you remember the snake, Wong, Wong is Gran's snake. So that worked out pretty good. In our current reader at Green Fern Zoo, there are some contractions that you are going to be seeing also. So let's take a look at the first one. We have these two words, let us. And instead of saying, let us go to the park, let us read a book, let us play a game, we normally say, let's go to the park, let's read a book, let's play the game. And I want you to take a minute and look at the difference between these two. Here's the two words, let us, and here's the one word, let's, which means the same thing, just like in math, they're the same thing. But I want you to see if you can spy what is different. Take a minute and look at those two words and see if you can find what's different. When you have it, give me a thumb up in the air. Nice job. Nice job. So if you were looking super carefully, you will notice that what is missing is the U. There is no U in let's. They have crossed it off and they put the apostrophe in its place. So there it is. So we're going to do a few more of these together. If you have a pen and paper, open that now, or get it out now, I should say. And let's do some. So the first one let's do together, I'm going to write down it is. It is sunny. It is warm. It is nice outside. It is a beautiful day. We can use those two words, or we can create a contraction. So if we follow our rule for let us to let's, we're going to say, it's a nice day. It's beautiful outside. It's great to eat pizza. You're going to write it is together. It is. That looks really funny, doesn't it? So you are going to cross off the I and you're going to turn it into an apostrophe. So now you have the contraction it's right there. It's. It's a great day. Okay, let's try another one. He is. He is. He is my friend. He is really nice. He is sleeping. We could instead say he's nice. He's my friend. He's sleeping. So we're going to follow our rule. We're going to put the words together with no spaces. It's going to look really funny. It looks like heis or he's. He's. You no longer hear the I. We're going to cross it off. Boop. And make an apostrophe. And there is our new contraction. He's. Perfect. I want you to try the next one on your own. She is. She is my friend. She is really nice. She is a super good cook. And I want you to make the contraction in the two parts, just like we did up here. I'm going to give you a second to do that. Okay, hopefully step one, you wrote the two words together with no spaces. It's going to look really funny. Looks like a whole new word. It looks like scheisse. She's. We don't hear the I. We're going to cross it off. Turn that into an apostrophe. And here we have she's. She's my friend. She's nice. She's a really good cook. And there it is. So the apostrophe takes the place of the I. The apostrophe takes the place of the I. The apostrophe takes the place of the I. Let's see if that is always the case. I'm going to give you a challenge one. Do not chew on your pencil. Do not touch your face. Do not eat lunch without washing your hands. And that contraction, what do you think that contraction is for do not, if you put them together? It is don't. Don't touch your face. Don't eat without washing your hands. Don't. So we're going to follow the same rules. I want you to write do not. Oh, that's really funny. It almost looks like the word donut, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, that's going to make me hungry for donuts. I need to tell Mr. Knutson to go get me an extra frosted old-fashioned yum. Okay, so donut. Well, in don't, we don't hear that last O. Don't. We don't say do not. We're crossing off the O this time. It's not an I. And we're making that an apostrophe. So check this out when we rewrite it. There it is. Don't. And there's the apostrophe for do not. Nice job. Nice job. We're going to do one more. Let's do does not. Does is one of our new tricky words. Does. Looks like does, doesn't it? That's why it's a tricky word. Doesn't look like do's. Definitely doesn't look like does. Does not. He does not like spinach. Brody does not like carrots or garlic, if I remember correctly. Does not. Let's turn that into doesn't. Brody doesn't like carrots, and Brody doesn't like garlic. So we're going to write those two words together with no spaces. Does. Friends, do you see that hidden word in there? I'm going to underline it. That's going to make me chuckle. What's that word? Are you giggling right now? Is that word snot? It is. Excuse me, friends. I'm going to erase that because that's just too silly. Okay. We can be silly every once in a while. So when we say the word doesn't, again, we don't hear that O, and we put an apostrophe. So we're going into doesn't. There's does. Nice job. Excuse me, friends. I need some of my tea. That's a lot better. Okay, so take a look at that. Let's read these together. It is becomes it's. Good. He is becomes he's. Great. She is becomes she's. Nice job. Do not becomes don't. And our last one, probably our trickiest one, does not becomes doesn't. Doesn't this look good? We've shortened all of our words. Excellent job. Excellent job. So, what I'd like you to do now is get a blank piece of paper, and we are going to do just a little bit of chain spelling with our new ER sound. It looks like there's only about 10 or 11 words we're going to make. So I'm going to switch screens and whoop, whoop. And I need to find my template for that. Hang on just a second. Okay, friends, so I have the template S for us to do our chain spelling together. And before we start, I want to say some words together that have our new sound. So here we go. Repeat after me. Catch a perch. A perch is a type of fish. Act out a verb. Her book is green. Look at the tern. Remember, tern is a bird. Hair perm. A perm is when ladies have their hair curled up. Shop clerk. And the next one is jerk, the root. And our last one is herd of cows. Herd of cows. All right, so let's get to our chain spelling. Here we go. Our first word I want you to spell is herd. Herd. D. Don't forget to get your knuckles together to make sure that you've got your D's and B's facing the right way. So here's herd. D. I want you to change herd into her. Her. Do we hear this in her? Let's get rid of it. Or if you can't erase it, you can definitely rewrite it. Okay. Now what I would like you to do, the next word is purr. Not like a cat, but the word purr means each. Like I have one pencil per student for each student. So let's sound out purr, purr. I think you can see what letter needs to be changed. Okay. Put in that new sound. Make sure it's facing the same way, because if you don't put the right sound, it's going to say cur. Nice job, purr. Okay, now I want you to change purr into perk. Perk. The coffee will perk and then I can drink it. And remember, when you have a k sound at the end of the word, I want you to think, do you think it should be C or do you think it should be K? If you remember correctly, it is a K. Perk. Perk. Nice job. All right, I want you to turn perk into pert. Pert. Let's sound that out. T. So there's the letter that needs to be changed. So write the word or change that one letter. I think you can hear that it is a t, pert, pert. And then chickens, like in that one story, unless you haven't heard it yet, Jack and the Beanstalk, the goose that laid the golden egg. They perch, perch. So that sound needs to be different. I hope you remember what two letters make the ch sound. Oh, you're right. C H. Make sure your letters are facing the same way like mine. Let's read this together. Perch, perch. Excellent. We have a couple more. Say the word perm. Perm. Change that sound into what sound do you hear? There it is. When ladies go to the salon and get curls put into their hair, it is a perm. Nice job. Now this time we're going to make the word term. A term is a period of time. Term. Change that sound. I think you know what it's going to be. Make sure you're making your sounds from the hat line all the way down to the foot line. There we go. Term. Two more words. The next word is the bird. So we're going to change term into turn. Turn. And here goes Tricky Leland's job. I'm just going to erase one of those humps. And I have turned term into a bird. Nice job. Little tweet tweet. Like a little seagull in the sky. There we go. Alrighty. And our last word is stern. Stern. So I am missing a sound. Stern. Stern means if you're angry, you are very stern. And there it is. Oh, Barrett, that's a nice S, isn't it? Stern. So take a look at your words. And you guys have done a really nice job. And you can pause here, or you can continue with me to our glossary lesson, So for your glossary lesson, you can either look on with me on the screen, or you can get your new Green Fern Zoo book and follow along with me. So on our new Green Fern Zoo book, there are going to be some words that we don't know. So what I want you to do is I want you to turn all the way to the back to page 77. So I'm quickly going to flip, maybe. There we go. I'm going to go all the way back, all the way to the, oops, I went too far. Look at that. This is so neat. Okay, so chapter 1. Here we are, friends. This is the glossary. And you may have learned about the glossary last year, but a glossary is always in the back of the book, and it always gives you vocabulary words from the story. And it's kind of like a mini dictionary. It will tell you what they mean. So these are the 5 words that we're going to read about in chapter 1, Meet Vern. So our very first word is zoo. And if you look here, it's going to tell us that we can find it on page 2. And they give us an instance of animals that we are going to see in the zoo. So here is a male and female lion and an elephant and 2 monkeys. These monkeys remind me of those monkey pictures that I showed you from Japan. And the second word is fern on page 2. There's a picture of it. Ooh, look at this picture. Scales on page 2. I wonder what those scales are from. And the next one is sting, again on page 2. Ugh, there's a hornet stinging that little person on the finger. And our last one is creep. So creep and crawl, kind of like a little baby, which is why they have there. So when you come to these words in your story, you will know that if you are stuck on a word, that you can always go to page 77 and back to get the rest of the chapters. So I am going to zoom all the way back. I'm going to look at our table of contents. This week, you are only going to be reading Meet Vern and Things That Swim. Very exciting. So let's take a look at Vern. Oh, there's a little Puffin, excuse me. And we actually have Puffin here. In fact, they live on a little island by my house, protection island. They have the puffins there and they are protected on the island. So that's a puffin. And here's Vern. And before you start reading today, I just want you to look at the picture and I want you to get an idea of what is Vern saying just in the picture. What does it look like his face is saying? Does it seem like he is saying, come on in, I want you to come see what we have here at the zoo? I think that's what he's saying. And that if you look here, look at all those different animals on that sculpture there. We're going to take a look at that. So friends, I want you to go ahead and follow your lessons, and I will see you really soon for another lesson. Take care and have a great day.